Good morning, guys. It is Jonathan with One Big Impact. I want to make a quick video explaining something, hopefully getting rid of some questions that I get asked quite a bit actually on YouTube. I don't post a lot of like powerlifting videos, but I will be posting more as time goes by. But the question is actually, should I get a deadlift bar? Do I need a deadlift bar? What is a deadlift bar? What is the difference between a regular bar and a deadlift bar? And is it actually worth purchasing a deadlift bar? So first of all, my first qualifying question, I don't want to sound, by the way, I got all my bars back here. I don't want my first question that I ask you to be to sound disrespectful or anything, but I guess the most important thing is, how much do you lift? There is other qualifiers for deadlift bars rather than exactly how much you lift. But a deadlift bar is designed, usually, from what I can see with the visual eye, it starts flexing right about like the high 500s into the 600s. I'm not saying that it doesn't flex before that, but a good visual flexion of the bar happens around that 600 mark, and then obviously beyond that it gets a little bit more intense. So my first question is, do you lift enough? If you're lifting two plates like 225 or 315 or 405 or something like that, I would probably say no. It's not that great of an idea. Now, there's a lot of people actually that say silly things like, if you're not competing, a deadlift bar is not necessary. Well, I actually don't think that even means anything, because if you are competing, a deadlift bar is not going to help you necessarily, because it's not going to be a bar that you actually use in a competition. I'm trying to turn this air off, sorry, so you can hear me a little better. I don't know why it's not going off. But, there we go. But a lot of people are saying, well, if you don't compete in the deadlift in a powerlifting competition, don't get it. I don't think that means anything. I just think that's kind of like a just quick answer that people don't know what the hell they're talking about. So some of the differences between, now, if you do have aspirations to go forward and you're like, I have a goal of like 700, 800 or something like that, as far as deadlift progression is concerned, then by all means, maybe a deadlift bar could be something that you like. Another thing is, like, if you have issues with your grip, it could be a potential thing that you want to use. Now, if you have issues with your grip and you're not competing, I would say you're probably not going to be lifting super heavy, maybe. And if that's the case, you can use something like a deadlift grip. I can put those in the description below. I use them quite often, actually, when I'm not focused on competing. But the couple of the obvious differences, and I have to hurry because my client's going to be here in like 4 minutes. A couple of the obvious differences. Let me grab both bars. So this is the Rogue Ohio deadlift bar. It is not something that I purchased at full price. One of my clients actually gave me a really good deal on it. He was really nice about it, and I got it for a great price. So if you can notice right away, hopefully, right away, if you look at the top of the bar, and I'm going to set them right next to each other, one bar is quite a bit taller. The deadlift bar is quite a bit taller. This is the Texas Power Bar, this is the Rogue Ohio deadlift bar, and even, you might be saying, well, they're right next to each other. My client just pulled up. Hear her. A good 4 or 5 inches longer, as you can see. The other things are, maybe you can visually see it, maybe you can't. But come on over here. This bar is, I don't know the millimeter thickness. I want to say the Rogue Ohio bar is about 28 millimeters thick, meaning the circumference. That means you can get more of your hand around it. Do you see that? And then when I come over here, do you see that? My hand doesn't close quite as much. It's hard to see, but you can see it there. And then all the way over here, I can get my hand all the way closed. So you get a little bit more grip. The next thing is, nice thing about powerlifting specific or deadlifting specific bars, the knurling is here, which is good for a back squat, but it's not good to have here, and they have eliminated it. So it's like specifically for deadlifting, basically nothing else. The whip is created, that a lot of people think that's really the only thing people look for is the flexion. It's because one is a lower tensile strength, meaning the deadlift bar under stress will flex a little bit more. The idea behind a deadlift bar is as you lift, as the weights get heavier, you can get some of the weights off of the ground and get to a higher position, and you are actually in a better pulling position by doing so. So hopefully that cures all the information. I would say if you really love deadlifting, do it. I love seeing the flex. I'm up to 625. I'm getting ready to go for a competition max and state record of 666 in about 5 weeks, so wish me luck. If this helped you, I will link in the description below those 2 bars, as well as like some deadlift grips. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. At the end of this video, I'm going to put some training videos of me using the bar, and then maybe some videos not using a bar, and then in competition, so you can see the difference in flexion. It's actually quite noticeable. Have a good day, guys. Check us out on Facebook. Our group is called Healthy Living for Healthy Life. Thanks for watching. Okay, so the following training footage, I believe that's like 5 something, and this is going to be a deadlift bar. You can see a pretty obvious flex at that point, I suppose. I think I was hitting 5 right there. 5. Might be like 570 or something like that. 535, whatever. I don't have time to count it. But the next one is going to be a PR. Obviously, you can save your comments. It looks like trash. It's strong, man. I'm hitching. I know that. It's an all-time PR of 625. This was a few weeks ago. I was actually pretty proud of it, to be honest. That is pretty strong sticking point. I've never noticed a sticking point that I've had before, so that was really cool. Got that 625. I was really proud. This was my last competition. This was my successful lift at 600. And this is a stiff bar. You can see it doesn't have literally very, very little flex, if anything. So hopefully that information helped you. I'll put links in the description below if you're looking to get some of the grips or bars or anything like that. Thanks for watching, guys. Be stronger than your excuses.